Hi, my name is Leo Lafredo, and today I will be teaching you guys how to make one of my favorite meals, which is chicken parm. If you guys want a little background about chicken parm, it originated in Italy, and originally, instead of chicken, eggplant was used, so it was eggplant parm. But then at some point in time, people figured out that chicken would also probably taste delicious with this meal as a substitute for eggplant. So let's get into it. So we gotta start off with the recipes that I use and the ingredients. So here are all the ingredients I use to make the sauce and the chicken. And here are all the ingredients laid out for the sauce. So first you want to put a little oil in the pan, coat the bottom. Then I mince some garlic and then put that into the bottom of the pot. I believe I use 2 cloves of garlic in this. And you want to stir it up. And then you want to add your cans of sauce. I added 1.5 cans of sauce. And then you want to mush the tomatoes up so it's nice and smooth, so it's good texture. Then you want to stir that around, and then you want to heat this up for 30 minutes on low heat. You also want to add salt, pepper, and some herbs. That's what the sauce will look like when it's finished. But here are all the ingredients I use to make the chicken breast. So here's me tenderizing the chicken so it's easier to handle. And here I am scrambling up some eggs. Here I am putting some flour onto a plate because we're going to have to coat the chicken with flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs. And here are the breadcrumbs that I used. So this is the process that I did to prepare the chicken before putting it in the frying pan. So I coat the chicken in flour. Then I coat that in egg. And this allows the breadcrumbs to stick to the chicken. And then so you put that in the breadcrumbs now. And then you want to pat down the breadcrumbs so they're not going to fall off of the chicken. And that's basically it. You just want to repeat that process. So here's me doing it again. So put it in the flour, put the chicken in the flour, excuse me. And then put in the egg. And then cover that in breadcrumbs. Sometimes it can take a while to do that because you want to make sure that there's breadcrumbs on all parts of the chicken. So now to fry up the chicken, you want to put a generous amount of olive oil in the bottom of the pan. Then once that's heating up, you want to place your chicken into the pan. As you can see, that's sizzling. Here's a picture of me. This is the aftermath of making the chicken. Here's me getting the foil out onto a cookie sheet. That's where you lay down the finished chicken. So that's what the chicken should look like as it's frying in the pan. Here's a video of me fishing up some chicken and then placing on some new ones into the fryer. You want to place the finished chickens onto a plate with paper towel on them to absorb all the extra grease that you don't want. Here I place some new piece of chicken in the pan. Always gotta do the dishes. Don't forget. Alright, so here's me slicing up the cheese, getting it ready to put onto the chicken because the chicken is all done now. And that's what the final chicken should look like out of the frying pan. So now once your sauce is done, you want to distribute sauce onto each piece of chicken and spread it around so it covers the majority of the top of the chicken. Once you've finished that, you want to start putting cheese on top of the sauce. Make sure you put the sauce on first and then the cheese. Now it is time to boil water. So you want to fill up a big pot of water, start boiling it. This is what the chicken looks like before I put it in the oven. And this is me putting in the chicken into the oven. So you want to have the oven at 350 degrees and you want to put the chicken in for 10 to 15 minutes until the cheese is melted. So now the water has been boiling. You want to add some salt into the water to add some flavoring. And then you want to put in your pasta. I used a pound of pasta to serve 5 people, or 4 people, excuse me. Then you want to stir that up. Alright, once the pasta is ready, or once you think it's ready, you want to taste a piece. And I knew it was ready. But first I had to take out the chicken because it was also ready. And then you want to drain the pasta. And then put the pasta back into the pot. Now you want to add the remaining sauce, not all of it, but you want to add a good amount of sauce into the pasta and stir it around. Alright, and then you're ready to serve your meal, so do what you gotta do, put the chicken on the plate, add some pasta, and that is basically it for the meal. I'll have a picture of the final product coming up shortly. So as you can see, I'm serving everyone in my family their dinner because they're gonna give me a review on what they think of it after they eat it. And that is the final product. Thank you guys. So after eating my meal, I thought it was delicious. My family thought the same thing for the most part. So to get into the reviews, overall, my family said that the chicken was a little bit dry due to a little bit lack of sauce on the chicken. So next time I know to add a little bit more sauce than I did previously. They also said that there was a good amount of cheese on the chicken, which is important. Gotta have good cheese ratio. And they also said that the pasta was cooked perfectly and it was delicious, so that's good. To get more specifically into what my family members said, my dad said that the chicken was not dry in his opinion. The sauce didn't affect him. he gave it a 4 out of 5, which is awesome. My mom also gave the meal a 4 out of 5. However, she said the sauce was a little bit too salty for her. So I know for next time to add a little bit less salt into the sauce when I'm cooking it. And lastly, my brother gave it a nice 4.5 out of 5. He said that he's not a big sauce guy, so the salty sauce did not affect him that much, and he loved the meal overall. So yeah, that's how you make chicken parm. I hope you guys have a good time making it and have a good outcome. Thank you.